Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will. I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello to the people, Grease.
Hey, everybody. Just so we all know what we're talking about age, we're talking about proof, we're talking about distillery, we're talking about, what's another one?
I don't know.
Dominant grain.
Yeah, mash bill.
I just wanted to go ahead and get the whiskey talk over with.
Oh, I see what you're
doing.
doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just knock it out.
We don't have anything else to talk about.
Oh,
ever.
I brought something for us to pregame with. So I bought this. Did you bring it down a bottle opener?
I didn't bring down the bottle.
I asked for one. I'll try to.
I know you did. Here, I've got a knife.
That'll work.
You know the knife?
Yeah.
I don't have it. Oh, I have this. Oh, yes.
Oh, this belt buckle will definitely work.
I have the wild turkey belt buckle. Yes.
There we go. Wild turkey. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah.
WT, baby. I wear that. I have a belt with it that's kind of like stamped leather with like a little floral Western design.
You would have a floral Western.
I bought it on Amazon. It was like $8. And so I used the belt buckle with the belt. And I wear it every so often. But the other day, this was months ago. I was going fishing, and I walked out, and I was wearing like longer pants, like pants. I was wearing actual pants.
Yeah, I was like,
I wasn't wearing shorts. I was wearing like kind of like dry quick fabric pants. That
like
they're
the
khaki.
Lululemon ones.
No, I mean these are Orvis, but they're just like outdoor pants, right?
Off brand.
So. No, it's fishing brand. Anyhow, so then I walk out and I've got those already on, and I had the wild turkey belt, the belt buckle, and I put on like a camo hoodie that's also like a sport fabric, you know.
Uh-huh.
And my wife goes, "Nope, not going out of the house like that."
Why not?
I go, "I'm going fishing." She goes, "There's too much." With the belt buckle and the camo, and then I put like a hat on. She's like, "No, out! You got to stop it."
I can hear her saying that perfectly.
Yeah,
I know exactly how she said it.
So anyhow, I bought this at the liquor store. This is Fever Tree. We normally use Fever Tree mixers for like gin and tonics. They make really good tonic water.
Yeah,
but
we need a mixer
for what?
For this?
Yeah, that's what this is.
No, I'm saying,
This isn't pre-mixed.
You're using the single barrel benchmark.
Yeah, I was going to use the 95 proof single barrel benchmark. This is Fever Tree Distiller's Cola, crafted for whiskeys and rums from the finest distiller. So it doesn't have artificial sweeteners or high fructose corn syrup.
70 calories though. 70
calories for a bottle of this, which is lower than a Coke. But it's a cola. It's less syrupy than like a Coke.
Okay.
But it tastes great. So we're going to have
let me be the judge of that. Why don't you pour it up?
Cocktail. I didn't bring any measuring devices.
Why,
you don't have
it doesn't matter. Here, I've got the perfect one.
Just a funnel.
You just kind of go like, a 2-second funnel. Whoa.
That's probably enough.
You did.
Well, that's on you because you're making me drink out of a Georgia glass tonight. He's got these UGA rocks glasses.
I did. I strategically snagged those.
All right, so let's have a little whiskey and Coke. Because you know what I do love? I love bourbon and Coke. Love bourbon and Coke.
Yeah, I love ginger
and we don't have
Coke too.
We don't have Coke around our house. But I saw this and I bought a 4-pack. It comes in 4-packs.
Jack came out with a ginger and Coke.
Did they really? Like pre-mixed?
Either that or it's coming.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, we better go
They
get
either
one.
sent it to me.
Cheers.
Or there's a press release or it's already out. I
Tell me what you think of this bad boy.
I can't say that I've looked for it. Delicious.
It's great. It's really good.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
It's less syrupy.
It is a carbonated old fashioned.
Yeah, I could get that.
Yeah.
But it's got that little bit of that cola to it, and it's really
got
good.
a little cola tinge.
If you're hankering for a bourbon and Coke, go for one of these.
This is deadly.
No artificial sweeteners or high fructose corn syrup. So I guess what's it got is see the ingredients.
Good mix.
Carbonated spring water, sugar, natural flavoring, roasted malt extract, citric acid, caffeine, and natural cola flavoring. So like from a cola
natural
nut.
Cola.
There's like a cola nut.
There's a cola nut.
I mean, I assume.
Why would you assume that?
I don't know. But I made like a tall boy glass of this the other night. Was just so happy.
Yeah.
Also,
I wonder what it's a like highball, without ice.
Because it's a highball, it's you're making a bigger drink. Like if you're trying to slow your rate of consumption.
Yeah.
Just do 2.5, 3 ounces in a tall glass and make sure you don't put a straw in it. And you nurse it for a minute. I mean, game day mix with this, deadly.
Oh, deadly. I already said it was deadly.
I know. Then you had game day mix in it.
Yeah,
a lot of whiskey, splash Coke.
The good thing is about all this is that you don't have that sugar.
Right.
Like it's not a ton of sugar.
You don't feel gross drinking this.
Well,
it just feels like a cocktail.
This would help with, hangovers.
Yeah.
Way less of a.
Right.
I mean,
there's still sugar in it, but it's not as it's not as sugary.
Well, and two, you've also got the issue of probably over consuming.
Sure, but I'm just happy that they made this, and it feels like one of those things. You're like, can't I just buy a Coke?
I'm happy that this exists.
No, I am, but I mean, can't I just buy a Coke? It's like yes, but this is elevated. This is great.
What do those run a 4-pack?
Ooh, it's probably like $10.
Okay, well that's
$10 to $12.
It's way cheaper. This is it.
It's more expensive than buying a 20-ounce Coke or a 2-liter.
I would go and buy a cocktail.
Oh yeah, it's definitely cheaper than a cocktail. We just got blurry on that screen.
Oh Lord, there it is.
There we go.
Yeah,
just got to see my eyes.
Yeah, if y'all wondering what that looks like, YouTube.com/the podcast.
So Grease wanted me to read some because we haven't gotten a ton of reviews. We haven't pushed people on your podcasting app to go rate and review us, as they say. But so he pulled up some 1-stars, and I'm going to read them.
Don't 1-star us. Okay?
No, give us a 5-star.
Give us a ridiculous, hilarious, crappy review on Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
But give us 5 stars. I love reading obnoxious.
So this one is
reviews.
this is from Barrel Proof 75, and this is not for whiskey reviews. That's the headline. 1 star. Way too much BS, not about whiskey. You set through, you don't sit through, according to Barrel. You set through 40 to 50 minutes of it. Seems like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of a whiskey review. Then the rest of the podcast is like a few drunk fraternity guys get together talking about stupid stuff, dancing around different topics like a ping pong ball. Even when they start talking about whiskey, then they will go off on a tangent for 5 minutes about something completely off topic. If you're looking for actual whiskey reviews, find another podcast. Drink.
I can't think of a more accurate review, Will.
It's spot on.
That guy was spewing facts.
Well, except for we sat through.
Well, the grammar is also accurate.
Not his forte.
Well, okay.
This is one, we're not going to give the name because this fella, don't like him. But he put rambling nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
1 star.
That was it?
No. Then these guys are boring, uninformed, and have bad opinions. Also.
I mean,
pretty accurate.
Opinions are
bad opinions, man.
I mean, can you have a bad opinion? That's kind of like
clearly.
That's a double entendre.
Yeah. This one's from Cream of the Crop.
Ooh,
which is
good name.
Which is a Macho Man Randy Savage reference, I believe.
Well, I'm wearing AJ Styles' shirt right now. Phenomenal.
This says terrible dribble, which is once you turn 40, that's what happens every time you go pee pee.
I actually talked to Will today about this on the way to the bathroom. Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm 41 and I have, what did I say? Dribbled.
Yeah.
I was like, I've dribbled like so much in my pants.
Yeah. So terrible dribble, 1 star. Wow. Bourbon needs actual professionals doing podcast. It's like every new tater that drinks bourbon now is doing a podcast. Don't waste your time. What's great is that we are professionals in media. It's like our career is making stuff like this.
We've been doing it for 8 years.
Well, I'm not even just talking about the podcast. I'm talking about in our normal lives. This is what we do for a living. We make content like this.
We do make content.
We make audio content, video content. Sorry if you don't like it. But
we're in media, and let me go ahead and tell you something. What we're speaking on right now is the biggest creative fun outlet that we could possibly have. because we need it.
Terrible dribble, though. This is just okay.
Okay.
2 stars.
Oh, we got 2.
This is from Ross W. Probably Ross Wetzel, but who's to say?
Oh, what a jerk.
Will is great and very knowledgeable. That's where we got the second star.
Okay.
Grease, however, is a different story. And there has been many times where I couldn't finish an episode due to his incoherent ramblings. Also, these guys do not do interviews well. That's fair.
Whoa.
All caps do not.
Well, like, because we didn't ask the questions he wanted us to ask?
Nah, our interviews have kind of sucked. I've always tried to
not
stay away
true.
from interviews.
We interviewed Fred Minnick just fine. I told him I was going to get his name tattooed on my lower back. What on God's green earth? How can you say we don't interview well when that crap comes out?
Well, also, this person should go back and listen to a Very Heavy podcast and see if he still has the same opinion.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's like the sick burn now.
Yeah, I know. Go listen to this episode.
You're making fun of us? Go listen to a heavy podcast.
One more time. I dare you. I dare you. Go listen to this episode, a Very Heavy podcast, and you tell me those same words again. Update your review 3 stars out of sympathy.
I mean, full facts right now. If that guy looked me in the face, if we were face to face and he told me that, I would just laugh. There's no, I mean.
Different story, Grease.
Yeah. I'm in a place to laugh. Joke's on you.
The Nook, a place to laugh. That's that's the tagline of your home bar.
the Nook, a place to laugh.
Yeah, you got it tattooed on your lower back.
Dude, honestly,
on your lower back it says The Nook, a place to laugh.
I'll be honest with you though, I'm running out of room on my lower back.
You got a lot of things. It's like I
have no tattoos.
It's like you have the 10 Commandments going down your back.
Well, you don't want to follow those
chiseled
rules.
in stone, especially if it says a place to laugh. And Fred Minnick, those aren't commandments you want to hang out with.
And it says The Nook right above my crack.
Yeah,
I mean, it gets a little weird. Oh my gosh, Will, we just went on a tangent. Oh, we weren't talking about whiskey.
Delete.
Just.
Hey, we do these like a week in advance if you're new. And last week we went on we
had a couple of.
We normally don't edit because normally we're not really we don't have our finger on the pulse of the zeitgeist, the pop culture, right? But Grease asked me all my opinions of the Kate Middleton saga. Yeah. And then we're like, this is one we should probably go clean up because after the fact, it did come out that she had cancer or has cancer and is going through chemo, and the entire world was speculating terrible things that were going on in her life, except that one thing that's not good. So, You know what? We do have some sort of moral compass on this show where we went back and we're like, you know what? That's a bridge too far.
It was a little insensitive.
Yeah, we should be more sensitive to the
felt that was insensitive.
Princess of Wales.
We ran it back. Yeah. And I will say this. The entire world felt like a jerk.
Yeah. I mean, it was a collective feeling of jerkiness all at the same time. Like,
I can only imagine.
But they could have come out a little bit earlier.
I can only imagine all those podcasts are just going back and like, we got to delete that one. We're gonna have to delete that one.
I thought about just recording for the audio feed, hey, just so you know, this is recorded weekend. Nope, still doesn't cover it. Nah, yeah, we need to delete it.
You also talked about Auburn doing well,
which we left in because that was it felt tongue in cheek.
This is appropriate.
Yeah, that they did not. Neither did Kentucky. So my favorite was that a lot of Kentucky fans, after Kentucky lost the first round, started posting, we need to spend whatever we can to get Bruce Pearl to come to Lexington. We need to take him from Auburn because we can't have Coach Cal anymore. And then the next day, Auburn lost to Yale.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Yale, they showed up.
Well, then they did not show up for the second game against San Diego State when they got blown out.
Some people say that you just got to show up once.
Yeah, and then lose the second time. So, but they showed up once, and then
I showed up the first
and
episode.
We were shown the door. So, kind of.
I mean, I showed up.
No, I mean, you do show. Now you don't have to show up. You just have to be here.
I just have to fall down the stairs.
Right.
Like, oh, Will's here.
Man, I love that. I'm going to stock up.
I'm going
to get a garage fridge full of these for football season.
Do they have those at the grocery store, liquor stores?
Well, I bought this at a liquor store at Cool Springs, but the Publix, like most grocery stores, carry the Fever Tree products because it doesn't have alcohol in it. They're just mixers.
Right.
And so they're normally in the soda aisle, and they have all these tonic waters. They have a ginger beer. This is a newer product. It's probably been out a while. I've just never thought to get it until the other day. So probably available in grocery stores as well.
Man,
I would wager it.
We're not kidding you. I know our opinions suck.
Bad opinions.
We have bad opinions.
100%.
And I know we go on rants, but this rant right here and this opinion right here says go buy it.
This Benchmark single barrel 95 proof is like the perfect
proof.
Yeah, perfect for it.
Perfect proof.
Actually,
I wouldn't go over 100 with this.
I bought just a Four Roses small batch, and that's what I've been drinking it with. Just the 90 proof. I haven't bought one of those in a long time.
Just go yellow label, bro.
It's not yellow anymore.
That's
also,
fair.
I don't want 80 proof.
Well,
I wanted 90. So
I thought I could drink a whole fifth of that at 80 proof. I could not. I mean, I did, but
when did you do that?
This was pre-kids in Gatlinburg at a bachelor party.
Bad move.
I did it, and then Lauren had to drive all the way home for like 3.5 hours.
She was thrilled.
Rightfully so.
She became a praying mantis right in that I
was like, babe, I'm just a little tired. I'm just going to... And I just curled up and I was out. It was the quickest drive ever.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well,
you make sacrifices as a young married couple.
Yeah.
You
sacrificed the steering wheel. You allowed her to drive home.
Right. Well, I mean, you just have to show.
Because normally in the patriarchy, that is the Grease household. I'm just doing all callbacks.
Well, no, I'm trying to think of, because patriarchy just means a male dominant society, right?
Right.
So me telling her, hey, you're driving home so I can.
And that normally you're the only one that drives. She's not allowed to touch the steering wheel.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. She does open the door for me too when I get in the car.
The greasyarchy.
The grizzarchy.
Greasyarchy is better.
Yeah,
grizzarchy sounds like
sex position.
Or I was going to say what they wanted to name Arkansas, but they're like, it just doesn't flow off the tongue. Greasyarchy. Greasyarchy. Yeah.
Greasyarchy. Dude, I'm noticing right now that like these headphones, headphones make the tops of my ears just kind of.
I think it's that coupled with the hat. I think it's a double whammy.
Okay.
And a snowball effect.
Let me just see. That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Ish.
Kind of.
And the bill hides it.
Now you look very dark, like you can't see your eyes.
Well, if you're wondering what this looks like, everybody, youtube.com/the podcast.
Yeah, we're going to ramble about our looks for a minute.
We've got some great shorts that I had forgotten about.
Grease just like, hey, give me a folder full of shorts. So I did. And how many did he upload? Precisely 0.
Dude, they're all, Will did everything he needed to do.
As per usual.
And I forgot about it until the day when I was doing the episode. I was like, mother.
And like, there they are. All of them. Every single one.
Yeah.
I watched a movie last night.
What was, Ricky Stenicki?
No, this wasn't a comedy. This was pretty it was a tearjerker.
Was it a male dominant role?
Yeah.
Patriarchal?
I don't know. It was called Mending the Line. And it's the main character is a Marine, U.S. Marine. They're on the last day of their tour in Afghanistan. And
so like the front lines, mending the front lines.
No, it's a fishing reference. I'm getting to them. But they, it's the last day. Their tour's over. They're like flying out the next day. They're getting shipped home. And they get orders for like one last patrol. They're like a recon unit. And so they go on a patrol, ambush, IEDs. A lot of their men died in it. Others lost their legs. And so they all come home.
True story?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But there's plenty of.
I'm sure there's a real
similar.
story.
There's similar. Unfortunately,
right.
Too many of those. But then they. He's in Montana at like a VA clinic, and he had already re-upped, so he's trying to get cleared to go back into service after this horrific event.
He's ready to go,
and because that's his life, like he lives for the Marines, and he's trying to get cleared, and he starts the psychiatrist, like from the VA, recommends him going and fishing with this older man that's a veteran that also gets services from the VA. And so it's like the tension between the only reason he's doing it is to try to get cleared so he can go back. So he's just doing whatever he's told, but then he's got PTSD.
Right.
And then this older man doesn't necessarily want to be doing this with this guy. And
so they both don't want to be there.
Right. So there's that natural flow.
The pay must be great.
But he's like lying on his forms and everything, just trying to get back, but he's not better. Mm-hmm. And so the whole thing is like that's like the plot effectively of the film. But it was just very well. One, it was fishing. It's beautiful scenery. It's in Montana, but it was really like just a wholesome, emotional thing to like a movie, and it was really well done. Good acting. Brian Cox, who's like a legendary actor, plays the older man. The main character I hadn't seen. He's been in quite a few things, but I hadn't seen him in a role before, and he absolutely killed it. But we watched it. My wife was like boohooing the whole time because it was heavy, but it was just really like heartwarming, good content, good ending kind of story that I think that a lot of people like. It is the polar opposite of Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that doesn't align really with the whole Ricky Stenicki.
Nope.
Although John Cena has been in war movies. Would John Cena have been a good younger guy?
No. I don't think so. I think he looks too much like a character.
There's a connotation.
Yeah, it's like this guy was like, he looked like a soldier, but not like a caricature of a soldier.
Uh-huh.
So it was good. I recommend it. Mending the Line. It's on Netflix.
You want to hear some breaking news?
Oh, yeah, always. Like how breaking? Like right now, or like it happened 3 weeks ago, but you just heard about it?
It's in the works. So do you know how I've always said I'm not going to film another wedding?
Okay.
Don Norman's daughter's getting married.
Oh.
Had to.
Yeah.
Had to.
That one.
Had to do it. I asked him for Pappy.
Don pulls the family. You hope you asked for two.
Well, I did softball it up there. I was like, hey, tell your dad I'll take Pappy. and then he responded to her as like secondary or regular value. And I was like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Maybe an in-between.
Who's to say?
My wife would be so upset if I
got paid nothing. You just got a bottle of whiskey.
Even if I got three of them.
Yeah.
Like 3 Pappy 15s.
Yeah.
Lauren would literally come down here and be like,
okay, we're going to have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you remember that time I drove you back from that bachelor party after you tried to drink a whole bottle of Yellow Label?
I don't remember.
4 Roses? You're like, I don't remember nothing.
I mean, Lance Black was there. He's a bad influence.
I don't know who Lance Black is.
You should. He was on the pod cruise.
Hell on a Hillside?
He came with Mike McGinn.
Oh, I do remember
Little
Lance.
rowdy guy. Oh, yeah.
Lance, I do. He's a teacher.
he was a teacher.
No,
now I think
don't know
he's in sales.
Don't know if that worked out.
Well, he was my wife's teacher.
Pardon?
He was my wife's teacher. We're at a wedding later on.
He didn't seem that old.
This is after the fact, and I was at a wedding, and I told him that we were dating. He goes, when you're 30, she'll be 25. And then fist bumped me. I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah. So now he's in sales.
Yeah, now he's selling.
Yeah, that's a remarkable little thing.
I mean, he sold me. In that moment, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. No, he was funny. We wanted to record with him, but it never worked out because of all the drinking.
Well, yeah, all the drink. And two, I think our stories, I wouldn't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
I would be laughing so hard, but I don't know if anybody outside of that would enjoy it. It's not like Hell on a Hillside where everybody can just be shocked.
Right.
But because there's other characters involved that if you knew them, which, by the way, can I tell you a conversation that I had with some old buddies the other day? That
please do.
We were talking about prank calling.
Okay.
And I had forgotten about this, but I won't say their names, but 2 buddies of mine used to call up. I don't even. I'm trying to think if I could actually say it.
We'll find out, and you will find out if this story is in here.
That is true. They would call up youth pastors.
Oh no!
And basically tell them, "Hey, we've got a True Love Waits rally coming up, and we need you to speak."
So they were booking youth pastors?
They were booking youth pastors. But they said this year's theme is not sex, but like, kind of, sort of, the level under that.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were like, are you good about talking about that? And like the responses kind of shocked you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think
I was just talking about it.
I mean, I'll say this in the country, like being empowered to speak at something is like, I'm never going to get this. What do I have to say?
Right. That's the 15 minutes of fame.
What do I have to do? You just tell me what I need to say.
Yeah, and I'll say it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a solid one. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever? I usually just prank called people and pretended I was from a radio station and gave away free Braves tickets.
Nice.
And then I would tell them to come pick it up at the local radio station.
Right. I think we did some prank call. We would listen to like the Roy D. Mercer. We like almost listened to more prank callers than like.
Oh yeah.
My buddy would have like the CDs of Roy D. Mercer. You remember that guy?
No, I do, but no. Who's the guy late night that would do all the voices?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, that too. Like listen to it on the radio. But Roy D. Mercer was like he was like a Southern man. And he'd call up, and it was always like him confronting a guy about flirting with his wife or something. And he had the same tagline that was always great because he would build towards it, and the people would be getting agitated, and then he'd be like, "How big a boy are you?" He's like, "Excuse me, how big a boy are you? What are you asking?" "Well, I just need to know if I need to pack a lunch." And he's like, "Pack a lunch? Yeah, it's gonna be an all day ass whooping." And like he did that every time. It was the great. Like, how big a boy are you? Do I need to pack a lunch? As a middle school boy, was literally the funniest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. Like that is peak comedy.
Oh, dude,
do I need to pack a lunch? Like that man is so clever.
Prank calls are great. I used to listen to this radio station up near Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
And my Northeast Georgia area got it. And it was Hawk and Tom in the morning.
Okay.
And Hawk played this character called Thelma Hollister.
Okay.
Well, hello there, and how are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, and basically she would call the Waffle House one time and basically said, "Hey, I left my horn I left an air horn in the bathroom. Can you go and recover it for me?" And so the door's locked in the bathroom, and they had another guy in the bathroom
doing an air horn.
He was forced to do this.
Okay.
Like he was.
Yeah, it was a radio bit.
It was Torture Tuesday.
Oh,
what they called it. So he was in the bathroom, and they were on the phone with him like, "All right, go ahead and blow it."
Yeah. Man, you know what the modern version of now no one picks up their phone if they don't know the number that's calling. But
or even if you do,
what the modern number or the modern prank call are like the voicemails from the elderly that I get left on my phone that dial the wrong number.
Oh,
like that's 100%. The modern version of it, because I've got like the lady that was really mad at Felipe because he'd for some reason painted over a door and there was a bird trapped in her library. Like that was one of the greatest days of my life, and she kept calling. And finally I picked up and told her it was not Felipe. She had the wrong number, and she said, "Well, how am I going to get the bird out?"
People are still searching for Shelly.
Oh, right. Yeah, you still got...
Yeah, I got one the other day saying, "Hey,
Shelly's
me and my daughter are going to get our pedicure. Do you want to come with us?" And I was like...
That's what the greatest thing is that either...
Well, they've gotten They've gotten better. It used to be all creditors.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, like the
pissed
fact,
off.
like how long have they not spoken with Shelly? And then they're like, you know what?
I'm going to get a casual pedicure.
You know who would like to come along for the pedicure? Shelly would really enjoy this.
Yeah. Is it Shelly?
We haven't talked to her in 8 years. Plus
longer.
Right. But I mean, maybe they talked to her in person a couple times, but they're like, man, Shelly would really like to get her toes done with us.
Right. You know who needs her toes done?
Shelly. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Well, I haven't seen them in 13 years, but they were pretty bad back then.
Yeah, they were aggressive toes.
We're gonna have to get them toes did.
Yeah, we'll pay for it. It's for her own good.
You better pay for it.
Yeah.
Freaking everything is expensive.
Yeah, right. Inflation and all. Bidenomics.
Yeah, except for that Reverend Bourbon, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, $34.
They quoted us in incredible ways.
It's the greatest.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
they even took like
someone on their team made a graphic with our quotes.
Right. And they kept like kind of borderline crappy ones in there.
And like I said, I bought this because I judge books by their cover. Like effectively saying I didn't have any expectations, but the label looked good.
Right.
That was one.
And it did.
And then yours said they put this tastes way better than I was expecting it to.
Yeah.
You were saying I expected this to be awful, and yet it's not that bad.
And then they also put the quote on there. It's
a ringer.
This tastes like a Lutheran pastor.
Manly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who's in charge of their social media over
Good
there,
on them.
But whoever it is, sense of humor is top notch.
Yeah, that person interned at Wendy's.
Here's the deal. I don't necessarily want to talk to the owner. I want to talk to the social media person.
Oh, right.
I want to talk to whoever did that because I feel like we could be best friends.
Oh, yeah.
And if we both,
great review.
And if we both wore vests without any shirts on, we could be called vest friends.
Or
if it's a female.
No, I'm just saying, was that the best review they've gotten? Like you have to think about that too. I didn't look through their social. I don't know if they've quoted other folks.
No, I mean,
I'll find out.
It's not bad.
No,
so
right.
I can't imagine that people haven't said good stuff about them.
No, I agree. Yeah, no, but I mean,
ours was kind of like a little like positive, but like kind of slapsticky.
Yeah. Hey, like we talk about whiskey for about 30 seconds and then get into our ramble.
Ricky Stanicki.
Okay, that's from a magazine.
Dude, I'm having this Found North batch 6, 17 to 26 years, 87% corn, 12% rye, 2% barley, finished in Hungarian oak. It's 128.2 proof, and it's from Kim and Mark Schwartz.
Goats.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Goats. They're always with us because they have about 36 samples they've sent that are resting here on the Nook in the bar.
Well, there's some more down there.
I know, that's what I mean.
They've gotten me drunk.
Oh, it's good.
The Schwartzes have got me drunk for 2 semesters. I'm still in school.
He still equates his life in semesters.
100%.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you've got like August/September.
I'm on summer. April. I'm on summer break right now.
And then you got Maymester.
Maymester.
Yeah. Do they have Julymester?
Nah.
It's just called Summermester?
No, summer school.
Summer school.
Summer classes.
Why do they got to be like that?
I don't know. This is really good, though. I like the Hungarian.
Yeah.
You can really taste the Hungarian.
Yeah, it's
Hungarian.
It's a species of human that has a very robust flavor.
Oh, I went and saw Ghostbusters, the new one.
Well, see, I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah. I went last Thursday, the day it came out.
And?
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
I love movies.
Most of the time. The one before this, the new Ghostbusters that had the kids in it.
Loved it.
That was like probably my second favorite Ghostbusters. Like Ghostbusters 1 just because you can't beat it. But it's like that one was so good.
But I will say the kids these days, they're going to love that one. That was a really good movie. That one's going to be there.
The negative knocks I had on this one were that almost all the ghosts were kind of terrifying. Like they didn't have a bunch of
like Slimer?
Slimer's in it. He is in it, but he looks more aggressive than he did like back in the 80s. And he was in the other one for like a minute.
Don't we
but
all?
He looks a little bit more grotesque, but he's still funny. But
other than aged,
other than him,
the bags under his eyes are bigger.
They are definitely. Other than him, which is a fan favorite. They didn't have any like really whimsical ghosts. They're all kind of terrifying looking. And so I think that for a little bit, it's like, I mean, you still want kids to go and see this. And these are kind of scary. Even like the main guy was horrifying. And then like the main ghost battle, like the ultimate thing, was pretty short. Like it all took place within like 10 minutes.
Is it scarier than Nightmare Before Christmas?
Different, but yes.
It is scarier?
Yeah, I would say it's
because my kids love that.
This one, like the one before that, like the one that was great, I would have been like, yeah, if your kids understand the concept and they want to see something and they know it's going to be a little spooky, that one was fine.
Yeah. My oldest and youngest could handle it. My middle one, not a chance.
This one is definitely more, and I think your oldest that kind of likes the spooky things.
Oh yeah.
Would probably still be okay.
Her greatest compliment is being called Wednesday Addams.
Well, I know. Yeah, you told me that.
She's like, you look like Wednesday Addams. She's like,
so this one's funny. Paul Rudd is great.
I love Paul Rudd.
All of the characters are good. It's like, but then there's some when you like think about it, like, man, that's a plot hole. Like, but so don't think about it too much.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But it was
it's not canon.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll see it again. It was great. Yeah.
1 star.
1 star. Rambled. Not my Ghostbusters.
Inconsistencies in plot.
I ain't afraid of no ghost, except the ones in this film.
Oh, dude, we should be reviewers. I feel like
we are. We allegedly
like that review headline would go well.
Yeah,
I ain't afraid of no ghosts, except in this Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right. So it was really good though.
That would get some clicks.
It was quite humorous.
All right.
Some good. Bill Murray was great. I'm glad that he was in it, but clearly he only had like 1 day of shooting. So
that cocktail.
Great.
I'm getting it.
I know. It's really
hands
good.
down. That is going to be the summer pour. If you're just now joining us, for some reason you skipped ahead because you thought maybe ads were at the top.
No,
of this.
they were trying to get to the whiskey review. It's that one guy.
Okay. Fever Tree Distillers Cola. That's what we're having. We're having the cola one, crafted for whiskeys and rums for the finest distilleries. Now, I am very interested to see how this would do in rum. I feel like it would be too sweet.
I don't know. I feel like it's got a little bit, because it's a little bit less sweet with I think you can make a fine rum and Coke, throw a little lime in it. I think it'd be good. I'd do it.
Lime in the rum and Coke and drink it all.
I should have brought the other one. I have another one at home, but I'm probably going to drink it when I get back home.
Oh, you have the same one?
Well, it was a 4-pack. I've already used 2.
I understand.
I brought one with us.
So you wanted to gift, you wanted another one, and now we don't.
No, I'm saying we could do a rum and Coke if I had brought 2.
It's not Coke, Will.
A rum and Distiller's Cola.
Yeah.
We could have done that, but I didn't think to bring it. I left it at home for myself.
I'm trying to figure out how, like, what the slang is going to be.
What do you mean?
There's no
rum and Coke.
Well, no, there's no easy way to say this. Like, hey man, you want a Fever Tree?
You say rum and Coke, but it's like you using it. If people still say rum and Coke if they're getting Pepsi. Rum and Coke.
I guess you could say Distiller's Cola.
Bourbon and Coke is still rum and cola.
Hey, can I get a DC with Benchmark?
They're not going to have this at bars. Maybe a fancy.
No, I'm saying like if you have a party at your house.
Yeah, you see, you're having rum and Cokes, but with an elevated cola.
Okay, that's way too long. Just say,
oh man, you know what?
Give me a DC and Benchmark.
I wish they still made Jolt Cola. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I would put bourbon in that now.
Do they
have a heart attack?
Do they still make that? What was it again that you and I just got hammered on? But it's not alcohol. Summer of 2008.
Vault. No, they don't make that. That didn't do too well.
Yeah, there's.
We were working some music festivals as interns one summer.
Yeah, Kevin's gonna get upset because he's like, I've heard this
in college, but the Vault, which was a Coke product that was like a high caffeine. They were trying to make like an energy drink. It was before energy drinks were really like a thing. It was basically Red Bull.
It was post-surge.
People were trying to come up, so they were trying to brand it as like an energy drink soda, and it was lime green. It was essentially Mountain Dew-ish kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it was Mountain
and Dew. It had a horrible logo. The whole thing was not well thought out, but they were a sponsor of the event of the tour. And so we had like coolers full of them at our disposal. And
they put one right by our booth.
We did dispose of them. We drank way too many.
Well, it was hot.
But I'm sure at this point it'd be like we had 1.5 Celsius. Like
it's like you could
either wasn't that much caffeine.
You could either get like a bottle of water that's kind of sort of cold because it's
probably good for you to do that, but
or you can get a 3-foot deep ice cold vault and just pull it out and it looks like a commercial and then just down that. We did. And we were kind of psycho.
It was great though. Great time.
That was the first time I had mania.
Oh no! It's all Vault's fault.
It started.
Why they had to pull it from the market. Couldn't put up with that. It had too many people go into psychosis.
Oh, I mean, maybe there's truth to that. That same summer, I woke up next to a bullfrog.
Yeah, but that was because we were in some random lodge. All the hotels were
in the basement
in Paynesville, Minnesota.
Yeah,
Paynesville, Minnesota.
We were at
Stonegate Lodge. I wonder if that place is still around.
There's no way it can't be.
Right, because the overhead is fine, but I feel like people love to summer there.
Shout out to Molly if you're listening.
Oh no,
that was fun.
That restaurant, I don't know if it was good, but it was the only one, and we enjoyed it. So my favorite was we bought a bunch of fireworks on that trip, and we went to a grocery store to get some supplies, more Vault, and like Cheetos, and there are these two girls, the only people that were working at the said grocery store, and they each had a lane, but no one was really shopping there, and they were in the same lane together, just doing scratch offs. Like they were working, but killing time by just doing scratch offs.
Dude, Minnesota was the Wild West.
And so we asked them, though, we have all these fireworks. Where can we, we don't know the laws. We assume these teenage girls working at the grocery store may know the laws about minor explosives. And so we asked them, we said, where can we shoot off fireworks? And their response was, I don't know, the parking lot.
Well, there was some of them. Oh, you can't shoot those here. Anything over 8 feet, you'll get in trouble.
Yeah, but they were just like, I don't know, the parking lot. And we're like, man, that was a summer,
dude.
I'll never forget that.
And you would expect, like, if I come across two women that are employed doing scratch offs in the middle of an aisle in a grocery store,
they're gonna know where you can shoot fireworks.
No, I would expect them to be like, I don't know, man, go outside. Shoot them outside.
Different area.
In a very different area.
Yeah.
Same species of people, though.
Oh, man, I found so my son's really into monster trucks, loves them. So we'll watch, like, monster truck compilations on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
And the other day I found something that you and I need to go to and film there. Like
where you can drive tanks?
No. It's better than that. We're not driving, but it's a mud bog.
It's near Houston.
No.
Dallas?
This is in Michigan.
Oh.
And it's called Pearson's Mud Bog or something. And literally, people are just outside around this giant mud pit. And people in their homemade, like, monster trucks are driving through it, kicking, they're flipping. It is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I'm like, Henry, you like this? He's like, yeah. My wife's like, are we gonna have to go to Michigan?
So you just go and you can, like, do flips and stuff?
No, like, I mean, it's people competing. I think there's a prize. Like, they probably have to pay to enter. But it's people. I'll show you once we're done.
So
like, it will blow your mind.
So you said that we could go and do it.
I did not. You said, I meant we could go to it.
Watch it.
Yeah, be spectators. But people are just sitting around, shirts off.
I thought
there's a guy that has a
we
little.
Were both going to be in this pickup truck, and you're going to be like, "Gun it, Grace."
We would die. Like,
100%.
These people are highly trained amateurs.
I didn't know if it was like a padded insert of, like, in the car.
No, but it's great. And, like, people, there's a guy, like, shirt off, sitting on the ground with, like, a mini camp stove, flipping, like, little smash burgers, just sitting there grilling. It looked great. And my wife's comment was, and I kid you not, she goes, how many babies do you think are made at this thing? And I said, all the babies, all of them.
Yeah. And
people running back in them woods.
Listen, you'll know about 3 or 4 years later because they'll be running around.
Well, yeah, that entire mud bogs audience will double, maybe triple.
Man, this baby came out just slopped with mud.
They're running back in the woods, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting mosquito bites and ticks.
Dude.
All right.
Well,
you want to go to 15?
Hit the music.
A time cue for you.
I need a time cue. I use the whole thing. Why would I cut this out? This is YouTube gold.
I don't know.
We never say anything here, but it's YouTube gold, and it's easier for me not to take it out.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
All right. So this is I got to open it. This is a fresh crack.
Dude, is this off-brand Willet?
No.
Will Height?
No, this is from, I'm in the Hillsborough Society with over at Leiper's Fork, and this was the very first bottle. Starting tomorrow, I can pick up my second exclusive bottle, so I'm going to run out to the distillery and do that. But this is the blend that they did for the inaugural bottle of the Hillsborough Society. So this is it's got its own label, Hillsborough Society. It's black with like copper, like foil.
It looks pretty cool.
And this is it's a special pick, 100 proof bottled in bond, and it is a 50-50 blend of their Tennessee whiskey and their bourbon. And so he blended it. They found special barrels and blended them to make this. And this is 2 single barrels went into this. So it's from now on, this is called the Heart and Soul blend, I believe. I think
I'm assuming that they tried a small sample size to make sure it was.
No, I'm sure they found barrels and they did a little bit to see if that was the blend they wanted. And
okay, because that sounds pretty greasy. I'm going to take this single barrel, and I'm just going to mix them together.
Yeah, this is called the Heart and Soul blend. Now, going forward, if you join the club, they're going to always your first bottle.
Do they have spots still?
Yeah, but I also have a
yeah, you have an in.
I have an in. I've got two invites I can give out. So hit me up in those DMs on Instagram at the podcast if you are local, even if you're not local. There's people all over the country if you want to join the Hillsborough Society. So
now there's some notes in here that aren't typically my favorite. However, this is a robust flavor.
Smells like creme brulee. Smell that again.
No, I smell it.
Vanilla.
There's so much flavor.
Oh, just on the nose. So we got to drink this actually at the event, so we didn't have to open our bottle to try it. And but now I'm opening this with you because that's what friends are for. I love it. It's rich.
Yeah.
A lot of flavor, a lot of dessert flavors. Snickerdoodle.
Heavier malt influence.
Yeah, but remember, they're high malt mash bill. Both of them.
Right.
It's like 15% malt in both the bourbon and the rye.
I have zero issues with this. In fact, I'd buy it.
It's really good. Well, it was free.
Well, technically.
But not even technically. It came with a pricey membership.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the way they're doing it, though. Their membership is you can be billed quarterly. You can pay for a whole year, but you can be billed quarterly, and you can drop out at any time during those quarters. So if you decide, I'm done, I'm not getting... Like, they're having a big derby party at the distillery just for Hillsborough Society, which is going to be...
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Going to be a lot of fun. So
sounds exclusive, Will.
Oh, it is. But they may be full, they may not be full, but I do have, if a Hillsborough Society member gives you it's like a metal card that has a code on it. And I have 2 of them I can give out. And if you get automatically put at the top of the line if there's a waiting list. If not, you get automatically in. Testing 1, 2.
I like getting an automatic in.
And they also, you get first dibs on single barrels that they're doing through the distillery. They let us know, like, hey, we're putting out some single barrels of either rye or their bourbon, or instead of having
the ryes fly off.
Well, instead of having a line, because he's like, I don't like people coming and camping out waiting here.
Right.
So he offers it to the society. If there's any left, he'll put them on the shelf. But it's
unannounced. Just put them up there.
Just put them up there. But so that's how, if you want to get a single barrel cask strength from the distillery, that's the guaranteed way you can get
I
one.
ain't signing up for that club. I'm going to sit outside on their front porch for 3 days and make sure I get that ball.
Well, and that was also the thing is like some people, then it started growing where people would just be like, oh, there's going to be one. We're going to go sit there. And they get there at like 4 a.m.
Right.
At the distillery, which isn't like it's a rural area. So it's also kind of like, we didn't want just people having to sit outside alone at the distillery before people are there and all that stuff. So he didn't like the concept. So he's like, you know what? This is how we're going to distribute our single barrels.
I mean, by the time they get there at like 8 a.m., man, it's going to be a hostile environment.
And if there's a ton of people there, then someone could have waited a long time and maybe not get anything.
Right.
And then he's like, then I feel bad. So this is the way to do it.
Then a fight breaks out. Dude, there's a lot of liability insurance
I've done a couple
issues.
fights. I've done a couple fights.
I've seen you one. Not at distillery, but at a New Year's Eve extravaganza.
There was no punches thrown.
There was not.
But I stood my ground.
It was
I'm scrappy.
It got very close.
If I decide to not back down, I will not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, here it comes. Grease was not going to help me.
I would. Yes,
no,
I
he
would
was
have.
too busy bumming. He was paying $5 for Lucy cigarettes.
I mean, I was trying to find one, dude. I mean, we had just gotten done drinking all you can drink for 4 hours. Literally for 4 hours.
We had a lot of Maker's Mark that night.
Liquor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we ran Makers to the ground.
Yeah, they were out of it. They were like, just give me a vodka.
And then we had to, oh God, the famous grouse.
Oh yeah, I'm like, no, you don't want Scotch, Grease.
Yeah, I know. Well, I had it and I was like, this tastes like spoiled tequila.
You're like, it looks like whiskey. I'll drink it.
Dude.
He didn't drink it.
Yeah, famous grouse, whatever it was. It's not the high end stuff, but it tasted like skank freaking tequila.
We were at the Science Center. For like forever. And then,
it was forever.
This was pre-Uber. Well, and then, so it was a cluster trying to get home.
Oh, yeah. All the cabs are like, yeah.
You ended up waking a friend up.
I did.
And having her come pick us all up.
Well, she came at like 3 a.m.
Hopefully you compensated.
I think I tried, but I don't think it stuck.
Well, it's kind. We were about to be going down to a hobo camp. So... Yeah. All right, folks. I'm a buy on this, obviously, because I'm in the society and I haven't dropped out. I like the society. I think it's cool. I really love everything Lee Kennedy does. He's one of my favorite humans, in addition to him making great, unique whiskey. I'm always trying to find whiskey that doesn't just taste like the homogenized stuff that you're going to find on the shelf, because it's all coming from like 3 distilleries and they're charging you $100 for something they didn't distill. So that's why I love what they're doing. Even ones that are like, this is not my profile, because they can have some variation. I know that some people will like it and I will share it with those people and I will be in the mood for it at some point. I just love what they're doing. So big fan of Lee Kennedy and Leiper's Fort Distillery. And if you're ever in the area of Nashville, make it a point to go out there. It's beautiful. You'll see countryside that you maybe never seen before. I don't know where you're from, but it's gorgeous.
Really great restaurants,
picturesque
downtown.
It's a fun little downtown, and their distillery is great. They have just really cool stuff. They have. I'm a big fan. I love everything they're doing. So check them out. Leiper's Fort Distillery in Leiper's Fort, Tennessee.
Yeah. So this pour, just fair warning. Number one, this is a club only release.
Can't buy it.
So saying like buy, bar, or pass is kind of subject. Historically speaking, this craft distillery is elevated pricing. Yeah. You know, things can be, north of $100.
Single barrels are about $100.
Yeah, they're about $100. With that said, I am going to be a bar, and you need to find a rich friend like Will, who has a metal card that can get you in.
Fair, yeah,
that's what you need to do.
Well, Grease just knows that I'll share it with.
Now, here's the deal: going to a bar, you could see a Leiper's product in a bar.
Potentially. I don't know how wide their distribution is at this point, too, though. So if you're local,
they've got them in Tennessee.
Well, sure. I know, like at Harpeth Hotel, 1799's bar inside the Harpeth Hotel in Franklin, they will get single barrels.
Yes,
I think Lee funnels to them to make sure that they have them, because it's one, it's good for the town, it's good for tourism, but it's also they're great.
Also, if you have a connection at the Nashville airport, They've got a whole thing there. You can go and taste some stuff.
Yep.
So, and the bars there will actually
connection,
sell
not
you a bottle.
Not like I got a buddy a connection, like if you have a connection to somewhere.
Yeah, if you have a connecting flight.
Yeah.
And you're
or if you're stopping here.
But you could actually buy the bottle in the bar.
Yes.
In a restaurant, you can be like, yeah, I want the whole bottle.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. And if you're going on a flight, they seal it in a bag so that it's not like they don't question it. So, because you're not supposed to take on a full bottle on a flight. It's frowned upon.
You're not supposed to.
In polite society. All right, folks, thank you so much. Join our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thepodcast. And we're about to go do a town hall with some of our best friends on the internet. Check it out. You can be one of those lucky people. It's a great deal. It's a great time. Everyone loves it. Check it out. Patreon.com/thepodcast. We don't know Jack,
but we will drink it. Phenomenal one. AJ Stone.
The cream of the crop.
Monster Jam.